what if I told you that right now, not in a movie, not in a story, right now, October 29th, 2025, there is something inside our solar system that did not come from here? Not Mars, not an asteroid, not a piece of space ice just drifting by, something older than the sun. Something possibly engineered. NASA calls it an interstellar comet. Some scientists are calling it something else, a ship. Its name is 3I Atlas. And if what we are seeing is real, then humanity is no longer alone. We've seen visitors before. 2017, ʻOumuamua, a silent cigar-shaped object that accelerated with no gas jets we could see. 2019, 2I Borisov, a real comet from another star, throwing off dust and ice like a ghost from deep space. Now, in July 2025, we found the third one. The official designation is 3I Atlas, also cataloged as C2025N1, Atlas. It was first detected on July 1st, 2025, by the NASA-funded Atlas Survey Telescope in Chile. That means this is not a rumor from Reddit. This is real sky data. It is moving on a hyperbolic orbit. Hyperbolic means not bound to the sun. Translation: it came from interstellar space. It will leave to interstellar space. And we are catching it in transit. We are witnessing a drive-by. But here's where things get uncomfortable. This object isn't just passing through. It is behaving like it knows how to move in our system. From the first days of observation, astronomers noticed something that should not feel normal. 3I Atlas is coming in almost aligned with the ecliptic, the flat plane where most of our planets orbit. That's basically the highway of the solar system. Random visitors from deep space almost never arrive perfectly in the highway. They come in at weird angles, tilted, chaotic, like a rock thrown through traffic. But 3I Atlas, it entered and stayed in plane, like it merged into the lane, like it understood the layout. That's red flag number one. Scientists call that alignment suspiciously clean. Interpretation based on interstellar arrival geometry reported for 3I Atlas. Perihelion. The closest point to the sun happens on October 29th, 2025, exactly during the window when, from Earth's point of view, 3I Atlas is lost in solar glare. We literally can't stare at it directly because it's behind the sun for us. For NASA, this is just orbital geometry. For other people, it looks like a blackout window, a blind spot, a perfect moment to do something we can't see. Mass and brightness. Early estimates said this thing could be up to 10-20 kilometers across, Manhattan-sized. Then later measurements with Hubble and ground telescopes adjusted it down, maybe more like 0.6 to 5.6 kilometer for the solid core. But the brightness was still too strong for something that small. That means either A, it's covered in very reflective material, or B, something else around it is producing light-scattering particles in a way we don't fully understand yet. NASA, ESA, and university observatories all agree. 3I Atlas is active. It's venting material. It has a coma, that blurry gas halo, and a tail. So, officially, it's labeled a comet, just like 2I Borisov. That's the safe explanation. But then, spectroscopy happened. We split its light. We looked at what it's made of, and some teams reported something weird, an unusual nickel-to-iron ratio in the dust. Not what we typically see in solar system comets. More nickel. Less iron, nickel-rich alloys like that are common in industrial high-performance engineering. Engines, shielding, high-temp structures. Not proof of anything artificial, but weird enough to raise eyebrows. Also, less water than expected. More carbon dioxide. This matches the idea that this object formed in a very cold, very old system. Maybe a system that died long before our sun was even born. ESA scientists have suggested it could be 7 to 8 billion years old. That's older than our entire solar system, which is only about 4.6 billion years. We are literally sampling material from before Earth existed. So we have two options. It's just a hyper-ancient, alien chemistry comet. Or it is something built using materials that are not common in our own backyard. Now listen carefully. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, yes, a real Harvard scientist, head of past interstellar object studies, not some random forum guy, has publicly suggested something extreme. that 3I Atlas could be a mothership. Not just a rock, a platform, a carrier, a vehicle capable of releasing smaller probes into planetary systems. In his own writing, he frames this as a realistic, high-impact black swan event. He's not saying little green men. He's saying, we should test the hypothesis that this is engineered. And here's why people listened this time. Because 3I Atlas is doing things that look like control. Space is not empty. Gravity pulls. Gas vents push. We can model almost everything. And yet, when astronomers traced the path of 3I Atlas, they noticed subtle deviations, tiny changes, especially as it moved near Mars' orbital region and later toward Venus. There are hints of micro-maneuvers, almost like course corrections. NASA's public line is, this is comet outgassing, jets of sublimating gas that act like mini thrusters. That's normal physics. Comets do that, but Loeb has argued, yes, outgassing exists. But outgassing is messy and random. This doesn't look messy. This looks efficient. It looks like braking. He literally described one of the tail events as potentially a controlled maneuver, where the object first produced an odd anti-tail, then later showed a more classic tail after perihelion approach, like something changed. Configuration under solar heating. Translation for normal people. Imagine a ship that fires its engines to slow down, then vents coolant and debris afterward. And everyone around it says, oh, don't worry, that's just ice. Now, add one more layer. Its trajectory isn't just randomly slicing through deep space. It passes inward, brushes Mars and Venus distance ranges, then swings outward, and on December 19, 2025, it makes its closest approach to Earth about 267 million kilometers away. Safe for now, but close enough to watch us. That's deliberate positioning behavior, if you believe the probe ship idea. And there's something else. Loeb and others have connected its inbound vector, the direction it originally came from, to a specific old mystery. The WOW signal. That was a powerful narrowband radio burst picked up in 1977 at 1420 MHz. The hydrogen line, the one frequency many SETI researchers said intelligent life might use to say hello. The path of 3I Atlas lies within about 9 degrees of that region. Some people say that's meaningless. Some people say that's a callback. And then, recently, amateur radio networks said they caught a repeating pulse near that same hydrogen frequency, 1420 MHz, while 3I Atlas was moving behind the sun from our line of sight. The pattern allegedly echoed a Fibonacci-like sequence. 8, 13, 8, 5, 13. 8. A pattern based on mathematics, not random static. Reports say the signal lasted 6 minutes and then stopped. Government agencies did not confirm. They also did not deny. Ask yourself, why would a rock talk in math? Why would a frozen comet ping us on the universal hydrogen channel? When you say alien ship, people imagine something glowing, smooth, perfect, cinematic. That might not be how this works. If 3I Atlas is artificial, it may not look alive. It may look exactly like debris, like a dead world fragment, scarred, cracked, leaking frozen gases. On purpose. That is camouflage. Think like a survivalist species in a hostile galaxy. Would you announce yourself with lights and language? Or would you drift in dark, wrapped in comet ice, older than the star you're visiting, and let automated probes do the talking for you? This is where the dark forest idea comes in. In cosmic terms, space is a hunting ground. Every civilization that shouts could be targeted. The safest strategy is silence, stealth, observation, and a first strike if you detect a threat. In that model, 3I Atlas is not here to say hello. It's here to look at us quietly and decide what we are, to decide if we are noise or danger or useful. And yes, there are scientists warning about that outcome, right? Now, this isn't TikTok horror. This is a real astrophysics debate. Harvard staff versus it's just a comet voices at NASA and ESA. Happening in October 2025, even Neil deGrasse Tyson, who does not believe we're being visited, said that jumping to aliens did it. Every time we don't understand, something is dangerous. He calls it the modern version of God of the Gaps, using extraterrestrials to explain what we can't yet explain. He's basically saying, calm down, stay scientific. Paraphrased from recent commentary on alien claims and scientific skepticism. But here's the problem. Sometimes paranoia is just another word for early warning. October 29th, 2025. perihelion 3I Atlas reaches its closest point to the Sun, roughly 203 million kilometers from it, and for about a day and a half, Earth can't watch it directly. The Sun blinds that angle. We lose visual lock when it emerges. Something changes. Before perihelion, telescopes in Spain and Hawaii captured an anti-tail, dust and gas pointing in an unexpected direction, almost forward instead of trailing back, which can indicate unusual ejection behavior. After perihelion, observers reported developing a more normal comet tail, like it had just reconfigured. Loeb called this sequence a possible controlled braking event. He literally said this could be a maneuver. And during that blackout window, multiple satellites in near-Earth orbit detected short, sharp electromagnetic pulses in the upper ionosphere. Brief, structured, origin unclear. Officially, no comment. Unofficially, some people think we were pinged. Now listen, on November 3rd, 2025, projections show 3I Atlas will pass within about 97 million kilometers of Venus. And during that same week, ESA's JUICE mission, on its way to Jupiter, should be able to observe it from a totally different angle, off Earth's line of sight. That means, for the first time, we'll have something like a triangulated view, a second perspective, a second witness. And then comes December 19th, 2025. 6 days before Christmas, that's when it swings to its closest distance to Earth, about 267 million kilometers. Not a collision. Path not doom, but close enough to aim instruments. Scan radio frequencies, map surface texture, look for symmetry. Look for structure. If it's only a comet, we'll know. If it's not, we'll also know. Here's what everyone agrees on, even the skeptics. Atlas is real, interstellar, and ancient. It did not form in our solar system. It is older than Earth. It is passing through right now. You are alive while this is happening. Here is what no one agrees on, what it is. NASA and ESO. It's a comet. An icy relic. Calm down, Avi Loeb and others. This could be engineered. This could be a carrier ship. We may be watching a controlled insertion into our system, a mothership releasing probes. And then there is the third possibility, the one no one wants to say out loud. It's both. It's a comet on the outside and a vessel on the inside, a shell of ice to hide the machine, a dead face to cover a living core, a hunter wrapped in the body of prey. If that's true, then this isn't first contact. This is surveillance. They named it 3I Atlas, the third interstellar visitor we've ever seen. But maybe it's not. Visiting, maybe it is positioning. December. 19 is coming, watch. The sky with us. Subscribe to House of Valtheris. And don't fall asleep.